What's going on, guys? This is Joe Young coming at you another video for the week. This week I want to give you guys an update on a few of my tanks in terms of the progress, where they're at in the cycling phase, and I want to give you guys a quick update on my turtle tank as well. So let's first start off with the Pleco breeding tank. So this is my 54-gallon tank that's inside my house, and previously this was set up to be a bare bottom with just covered in driftwoods to kind of house the adult plecos in. And as you guys already know, I'm actually converting my other rack outside into a pleco tank, so there's really no need to keep another pleco tank inside the house. I can actually just move a lot of these plecos outside into the rack system. So actually what I'm doing with this tank is actually converting it back to a high-tech Planet tank and actually moving the CO2 system that's outside on one of the rack system and actually hooking up in this tank. So the idea is to keep the tanks outside low tech, plus you know, grow out for the plecos and kind of breeding the plecos. They're gonna actually take wider swings in terms of temperatures, and also I want to pick hardier plants that can actually withstand some of those temperature swings. So for this tank it was actually pretty easy because it was already bare bottom. I just ended up having to remove all the items, drain the tank, and just move the plecos into a temporary tank to house them until this tank's actually cycle, so I can kind of shuffle fish around. Now once I had the tank drained, I went ahead and did a mixed combination of fluoride plus ADA soil, and trying to keep the substrate levels around 3 inches deep, just because I know I'm going to have a couple plants that kind of require a little bit more depth in terms of the substrate for the roots. And then went ahead and filled up the tank again. And as you know, if you just dump the substrate straight in with water, it's just going to make the whole tank cloudy. And I went ahead and filled up the tank and just kind of let the filter kind of filter out all the cloudiness and all the junk that's in the actual water columns. A few days later, it actually settled, and I actually did a pretty big water change to kind of just help with the cloudiness. Now for now, the plants, I kind of did a mix of different species. I'm trying to make sure specific plants are doing okay outside before I actually 100% commit them to kind of putting into the other system outside. So the plants you see in here aren't going to be the final plants that are going to be kept in here. But to give you guys kind of an idea of what's going on, I'm basically trying to get as many species of stems in the back as possible. And in the front, I'm just trying to throw in as much foreground plants as possible. And while we're at it, let's talk about the pleco rack outside. So it's been several weeks since it's been set up with the substrate in the system. I've been basically waiting for this tank to cycle. And currently the ammonia levels are super high still. I believe we got the nitrates and nitrites level under control. It's more of controlling the ammonia, and that could be done with just huge water change, but I kind of want to do a natural cycle. So I'm going to kind of give this tank one more week, measure the ammonia levels to see if it's actually dropping. If it's dropping, I'm going to do a huge water change, kind of siphon all the debris that was kind of just lingering in the tank, and then dumping new water into this tank and kind of just letting that tank cycle fully and naturally, and before I actually add anything into that system. And currently, while the tank's cycling, I kind of just threw in a couple plants that were already kind of in the mix of low tech, basically running off CO2. And I did kind of throw in a couple plants that were running CO2 into this low tech to make sure that they're transitioning okay. I'm expecting a lot of meltage, but I'm hoping that they actually bounce back. So we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that they do well. And finally, I want to give you guys an update on the turtle tank. So it's been a while since you guys actually last seen them. When I bought the turtles, they were really small, basically baby size turtles. And unfortunately, one of the turtles actually died in like the 3rd or 4th day. So actually I only have one turtle now. I almost was considering getting a brand new turtle again, just so that it has a little friend. But this turtle seems really active, really happy to see me. I think this was the only one that was super active when I actually got the turtle. The other one was just super skittish, and I'm not sure what exactly happened, but I don't think it ate pretty much, and it kind of just passed away on its own a couple days later. For this turtle, it's actually growing really well. It's super active. I think it's a female just based on looking at its little tail there. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely she looks like, you know, she's super active. And actually what I tried was, after the other turtle passed away, I ended up trying to put in a couple swordtail fish in here just to see if the turtle will interact with other fish and other things. And initially she tried to, you know, eat them. Of course, that's just a normal instinct, I guess, for the turtle. But after a while, she couldn't chase them. You know, the fish was way too fast. she started, you know, just kind of accepting that, oh yeah, we have buddies or friends in the tank as well. So right now the turtle is actually just happy swimming around with the swordtail fries that are in the tank. These are the leftover swordtail fries that I didn't give to my dad yet just because they were still too small. I'm probably gonna grow some of these guys out, keep them with the turtle, and the rest I'll probably give them to my dad so they can live in the 125 gallon tank that he has over there. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's update. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And like always, until next time guys, peace.